All right.
I'm
Audacity
recording.
or Reaper.
Yeah, so
or whatever.
yeah, my recording is on for my mic and for the call.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think we're good. When I say 3, everybody clap.
All right.
1, 2, 3. All right.
We did
I
it.
clapped on 3. Let's do
Close enough.
All right, so let's
Close
clap.
enough.
Yeah.
It's
All
close
right.
enough. I don't
It's
think we
close
normally
enough.
clap anyway.
Yeah,
I
we
don't know.
don't do this anyway because
I don't know how Fernando does it, but
you know,
whatever.
it's because
Yeah.
because we have a backup Skype call in case anyone drops out, and he synchronizes it to the backup Skype call. So
Gotcha.
we're very professional about this.
Hey everyone, Bill Hudson. I am the guitar player in NorthTale. Very happy to be here. Thank you guys very much for the opportunity. And yeah, let's talk some power metal.
Yay!
Awesome. Love to.
Hello, I'm Christian Eriksson, the singer of NorthTale. Also very happy to be here.
We're happy to have you guys.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming on.
Yeah, we're excited to dig deep into some power metal with Bill and Christian. So why don't we start off with, we like to ask our guests, what are your top 4 power metal bands?
And this is honestly the most important question.
Yeah,
If
this is-
anyone takes anything away from this, it's top 4 power metal bands. So why don't we start with Christian, top 4 power metal bands, go.
Go.
Oh,
Hot take.
Quick
fuck.
reactions.
Yeah, I'm trying. Power. Yeah, first of all, Halloween, Gamma Ray, Master Plan. That's 3.
Yep.
3 good
Yeah.
choices.
But it's not 4.
It's not
You're
fun.
into that German power metal, aren't you?
Yeah.
You haven't said
I
anyone
like
from
that.
Sweden.
Yeah.
No.
You're not representing your people.
No.
I love it. No. Just
Sounds
no.
like there might be some like embarrassment there or something. Maybe we'll
No,
have to
no,
dig
no,
deep
not
into
at all.
that.
But I'm thinking power metal and Sweden. I can't. I really like Falconer.
Ooh, that's a good choice.
That's good. That's a good choice. I take
A
Falconer. I
solid
like
pick.
I like Falconer a lot more than I used to.
Yeah,
I love their singer, Matthias. Is that how you say it?
Matthias.
Yes, he is incredible.
Yeah, just sound redneck, and then you sound like a Swede. Yeah,
We learn something new about Sweden every day, I guess.
yeah.
All right. Bill, how about you? What is your top 4 power metal bands?
Man, okay. First of all, I agree with you guys. That's one of the most important questions. And I have a very, very, very specific choice. Very specific answer for that. So, number 1 would be Halloween Keepers.
Which keepers?
Both Keepers and even Walls of Jericho.
How about I was gonna say, how about Walls of Jericho? Their best album.
Yeah.
So
Kai
I want to
Hansen,
say,
Halloween.
well, not exactly, because like Eagle Fly Free, that's Vicat. You know, like a lot of the happy sounding ones was Vicat. So I mean, it's that Halloween. I would say Halloween up to like 92. You know what I mean? That's top for me. Then a very close second is Toki only Stradivarius.
I love
Okay.
Toki Strato.
Toki
Good.
only. I don't listen to anything
Excellent.
past Toki.
I like these strong opinions. We need more strong opinions on the show.
That's why I said it was a very important question. Now, number 3, Gamma Ray. But you know, again, yeah, all of it pretty much. But specifically, Somewhere Out in Space, Land of the Free. You know, that era, like 97, 98. That's
Those two are solid.
I mean, those albums are flawless. There's not a bad song, you know. And 4, damn, I'm gonna get some haters here, but I have to say it. Andre Matos Angra.
Oh my god, I love Matos Angra.
Only Andre Matos. Now, Edu Falaschi is one of my best friends in the world. And, you know, and we've done a lot of stuff together. But, you know, and he knows this, like Angels Cry, Holy Land, you know, even Freedom Call, the EP. Man, that's where it's at. That's where my favorite music is, you know, like those bands, those eras of those bands. That's why I have to be so specific.
Matos
I was actually
Angra
listening
is
to Holy Land last
absolutely
night.
Beautiful.
That's
So I
one of
guess
the
I
best
can't like
albums
judge
ever
that
done
much.
in music, period.
I agree.
But Temple of Shadows is my number one Angra album.
You know what, man? e21 Angra is a pretty killer fucking band. It's actually a pretty big influence in our music, but it's just not that Angra. You know, it's just not the same band that did Angels Cry. And I mean, those guys know I think that, you know. It's just not, it's a great band, but man, I mean, I heard Carry On I'm from Brazil, you know. Kiko was my first guitar teacher. I heard Carry On when I was 9.
Oh, wow.
You know, so it touches me that deep.
That is an incredible song. It still like touches me every time I hear it. It's such a powerful, uplifting song.
I heard that song in 3rd grade with my headphones.
That's awesome.
Like I had a little like radio headphones that my mom's friend gave me, like a little radio thing with little tiny headphones. This is 1992, you know. And I was like hiding from my teacher, and I heard it on the radio. I'm like, what the hell song was that? Up to that, the heaviest thing I knew was Skid Row, you know. So it changed my life. So that, you know, that period is really important for me. Probably the biggest influence in our music.
I like to imagine a little heavy metal 3rd grader listening with his little headphones.
Oh yeah,
that's very cute.
I like to imagine that's what South America is just like.
You know what, dude?
All the
it's
kids
not.
in Brazil.
I mean, it's not. We do get that fame. You know, a lot of people have finally like looked at Brazil and how in our tradition of power metal and all that. But the truth is, we're a big country, so like people like us are few and far between. In my high school, I was the only kid that listened to that kind of music.
You were the only metal kid? That's
only
a shame.
One. And I went to a big school. But, you know, we do have a metal mall in Sao Paulo, for example. It's a 5-story thing that all stores are, you know, metal stores. So, yeah, I mean, it's a big tradition in our country, but it is for the misfits. It's just that in a country of 300 million people, there's quite a few misfits.
One of my favorite up-and-coming bands is from Natal, actually.
Who's that?
Swords.
I don't think I heard of them.
They're very good. They're very much in the Angra style of
they're pretty new,
Brazilian
but I think they're more similar to e21 Angra than
they just got picked up to do support on the Temple of Shadows tour, actually.
You do a Temple of Shadow tour?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
The guy putting that tour together is sitting here next to me. I didn't know that. I'll ask him about it. Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's
Cool.
what their Facebook said. I might have misread it.
No, I'll check it out. I definitely will check it out. Honestly, I just didn't have the interest. Now that you said it, I'll check it out.
Awesome. So now that we've got you guys, you know, properly introduced, we'd like to talk about NorthTale. And
that was only 3 bands.
Oh, was it?
That was only 3.
Nope.
Did I miss
No, Halloween, Stradivarius, Gamma Ray.
Oh, you said Halloween and Gamma Ray. Right.
Oh, Biscuit, learn to count.
Yeah, different types of Halloween. Different types of Gamma Ray.
2 different Halloweens.
Yeah, exactly.
As I was saying, I'd like to talk about NorthTale and how the band came to be. I've heard you guys met at Sabaton Open Air, something about going to the hairdresser. Can you elaborate on that for the listeners?
I think Christian should take that one.
Okay, where should I start? Bill contacted me and wanted me to sing on his solo album. And I didn't want to do that because I was fed up with music. I was fed up with everything.
No, really?
Yeah. So, and then we started talking. I was like, yeah, maybe, but no, I can recommend another singer for you. And then I saw Bill was coming to my hometown, Falun, to Sabaton Open Air to play with e21. And I was there, which I'm always there. That's my hometown festival.
Mm-hmm.
And so we decided to meet up. And I was at the festival and I called Bill and I was like, so where are you? No, I texted him. No, I'm at the hair salon. Okay.
I think you yeah.
And I thought to myself, oh, maybe he's gonna dye his hair or cut his hair or whatever. What are you doing? No, I'm gonna get my hair washed. You gotta, is this guy for real? I thought, and then I was like, because he was like, yeah, I met this, I don't know where I am. I met this hairdresser, and that's my hometown. It's not big. It's only 65,000 people there. So, and there's only like 2 hair salons. So I said, I'll find you. And then I walked in. There he was sitting, getting his hair washed by a cute girl, of course. And I remember the first thing I told him was, dude, are you this lazy? And then he turned around and I was like, what? Hey! And from there, we we started talking, and more and more we realized that we're from completely different locations in the world, but we have the same exact taste in music. And something started to grow there, like, okay, maybe we should do something about this. And we did.
And the rest is history.
Yeah.
So
1 year old history.
Yeah.
1 year old. That's amazing.
So this
1 year old -1 album.
So
Yep.
when did you guys meet? Like specifically? This was like 2 summers ago?
Yeah, this was 2 summers ago.
All right.
Well, I mean, but I mean, before that, I had contacted him on Facebook, like you said, to try to sing on some songs that I had. You know, so I was following him before that. Someone showed me Twilight Force, and I honestly, in my opinion, having power metal was kind of dead at that point. You know, like to the media. No, to the media.
Oh.
No. I mean,
I'm just
okay.
kidding.
You
I'm
know
just
what?
kidding. Go on.
Well, we'll get deeper into that. But at that time, you know, I was making a career. Well, I kind of am making a career of playing for other bands. You know, I'm like, you know what, my metal band will never happen because people just don't listen to that kind of music. And not only that, there's no singers. There's really no fucking singers. If you guys only knew my history with trying to put this together, you know, and then I saw him, and then I saw Twilight Force, and I'm like, oh my God, I need to steal that guy from that band. I'm like, wow, no, that's pretty amazing, but I need to get this guy on my shit. You know,
He's my guy.
I swear that was the feeling. I'm like, so I wrote him on Facebook, and like he said, you know, we come from different backgrounds. I mean, I've been in America for a long time, but I'm still, you know, like I still had only been to Sweden to play shows. I didn't have any Swedish friends or anything, like just musicians, you know, or whatever. And then, you know, for us to start talking on Facebook, and I was like, you know what, I'll just tell him all this, you know, maybe something will happen. He did, like you said, you know, like we did start it. It worked great. You know, it happened the way it had to happen, you know.
That sounds so sweet, like you two fell in love from across the oceans.
Dude, you know what, man? I have no problem saying that because I've been trying to do this project for the better part of 10 years. So, you know, to finally find the one guy that, okay, well, because of this motherfucker, now everything is working. Well, I have no problem, you know, giving him every prop in the world. He is the best there is in the genre. And I'm really glad that I found this guy.
Oh, isn't that heartwarming?
It is.
You're talking about Michael here?
I was talking about singers. Let's not go underwear model part here. Okay.
I feel like there's a story waiting to happen there.
Dude, for a year-old band, we have quite a few stories already.
Right? That's incredible. So you've talked in a previous chat about bringing back the amazing golden years of power metal.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about, like, what is it about the music of that era that really inspires you?
And what is the golden age?
Yeah, what is the golden age and what inspires you?
Well, I mean, that connects to the first question you guys had about the 4 favorite power metal bands. You know, I think, you know, I'm probably a little bit older than you guys, but I started also listening to power metal when I was really young. again, because of where I'm from.
You lived
So-
through the golden age.
That's what I was just about to say. Let me tell you
That's
some things,
amazing.
No, yeah, like think about the things. It's crazy to say that now, but like, I've seen Blind Guardian on Nightfall Middle Earth tour, and that feels like yesterday to
God.
me. That doesn't feel like, like I've seen Gamma Ray and Land of the Free tour. I've seen Angra like 5 or 6 times on the Holy Land tour, all like in Sao Paulo, where I'm from, in the band's hometown.
That's
I've
incredible.
seen, well, I didn't catch Kiski Halloween. The first time I saw them was, but it was still, I saw Halloween on Time of the Oath tour, opening for Maiden in Brazil in 96,
Wow.
So but through all this, I'm having my older brother who hated metal take me to these shows because I was that young,
What a good
So-
brother. I wish
so-
someone took me to metal shows.
Well, yeah, he knows. My brother, to this day, like the only couple metal bands that he knows are the ones that he saw at Monsters of Rock '98 with me, and like Gamma Ray and Sonata Arctica that he went with me when I was playing this band Cellador, and we opened for them a couple times. And then my brother came along because he was in the States. But other than this, he never listens to metal. His favorite artist is Snoop Dogg. So, but yeah, I mean, back to your question. To me, 96 through pushing hard 2001, but more specifically 96 through 99, to me is the sound that I'm trying to bring back with this band. And we are all in agreement. Like within the band, this is not something that like is a one guy's vision. It may have been a one guy idea, but when we talk, like the influences that we have, or say we're working on a certain part, Christian will send me a guitar riff, and I'll play a guitar lead over that and be like, hey man, I wanted to make this sound like that one song from, say, Gamma Ray. He's like, that's exactly what I was thinking. So we have that close of a musical connection, all of us within the band. We all love this Visions episode era of Stradivarius, the Keeper era of Halloween. It's funny because the Visions episode era of Stradivarius was already trying to rip off the Keeper era of Halloween, if you really think about it. That already was 10 years later, Tolkien trying to revive that sound. So this is us 20 years later trying to revive it. And but yeah, I mean, those are the golden years to me. Like what I said on that interview was that we want to sound like those. And when I say we want to sound like, I don't mean we want to copy it. I want you to listen to the album and think that it could have come out then. It's different than copying it directly. Because also I think the whole 80s worship thing suffers a little bit because of the production side. A lot of these bands,
I was just thinking that actually.
Yeah, a lot of these bands, they go out of their way to sound like older, but the thing is we're not at that time. So like a lot of the people just don't connect with that. And even if you think about it, Halloween on Time of the Oath, they were going back to what they called old school production at the time versus the modern production, quote unquote, of Master of the Rings, So, which at the time was considered modern anyway. I think the 80s worship thing has been done to death. A lot of bands did it and did it really well. I mean, there's countless bands doing the 80s thing that they just did it to perfection. I mean, nobody can do that shit, in my opinion, better than Stryker from Canada.
Oh my gosh.
Stryker are so
They
cool.
were phenomenal. We saw
They
them tour
are.
in the
Yeah,
US.
they just toured recently and it was crazy.
They are.
Yes.
They are. I worked with Adam, the drummer, before, and they are absolutely phenomenal at that. But what we're trying to do is kind of a different era. It's the 10 year later. It's the fans of that. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be a new age Timo Tolkki or something like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
On
Yeah,
top
we
of,
will-
I was going to
go
say,
on, go on.
on top of just recapturing that golden age sound, how would you guys say you build on that to make it uniquely NorthTale, so to speak?
Oh, that's a question for Christian because he's the guy that does it.
There you go.
I think what matters the most, I mean, to me as well, is it's everything I sing must mean something. I mean, it must have something bigger to it. I may sound like a very, I lost the word here, but I'm gonna try to explain this. every lyrics. Do you say that?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Thanks.
I get we understand you. I understand
Yeah,
you.
all the lyrics.
You have no idea how good your English is, man.
Thank you.
Compared to some. Yeah.
No, but all the lyrics, it must mean something more. I mean, we have songs that one song is about a panic attack. It's about anxiety, because I suffered from that since I was a kid. But I try to hide that in the lyrics. And when I sing something that really means something, I think there's hopefully it cuts through. You're awfully quiet right
Yeah,
now.
I was just I want to
We're
let you
listening.
to say
Yeah.
your piece. That actually ties
Yeah.
into another thing I wanted to ask you is if there is
Yeah.
a particular musical or lyrical message you're trying to get across. Your single really focuses on the like Lost Horizon-y believe in the power of free will type of thing.
Yeah, it's life. I mean, one thing that I'm pretty fed up with power metal is to sing about imaginary things.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, go on.
Yeah, but and that is what we're trying to do with NorthTale. It's like power metal with all the contents in it, but have it to
Without the cheese.
without the cheese.
Without
Let's
the
add-
cheese.
No,
A,
but
a side of
let's
cheese.
yeah, side always cheese is always good, but
You know what, dude? That might have been the best description I heard so far of what we do. A side of cheese. Because
Yeah.
no, it can get cheesy. It can get cheesy.
Mhm.
It gets really happy sounding. Like over half of our songs are in major key. It can get really happy sounding, but what he's saying is what makes it more to be taken seriously. Shape Your Reality, our first single, you compared it to the Lost Horizon thing, and I'll take it, but we're a little I'm trying to be a little more literal. You know what I mean? We're
Mhm.
trying to be, I mean, we have that was one song that basically was our way to say, you know how I said back then that I didn't think there was power metal at one point? That was kind of my way to say, shape your reality. You know, you shape your reality. Trapped, in the lyrics, trapped in your mind, all these walls that your thoughts have created. Your own thoughts create your blocks, and that's a block that I created in my head. It's like, I can't have a power metal band because people don't listen to power metal. Well, shape your reality. Let me write a song about shaping my reality myself. By writing this song, I'm going to do that. And here I am sitting at your podcast with the best singer in the genre.
That's awesome.
So the same way that worked, everything that Christian has written since has been either his life experience or like things that just happened to us, like the fantasy is cool, but there's only one blind guardian.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll give a good example. There's a song by Blind Guardian, who you guys are probably really familiar with, called The Quest for Tantalorn.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That song made me go and read the books. That song made me become a fan of. I'll go deeper. The Lord of the Rings, when I was a kid, became my Bible because of what they did and how well they did. I wanted to know what they were singing about. I wanted to know what that feeling was, because at that point my English wasn't the best, but I kind of knew what they were saying, sort of, with a dictionary,
Mhm.
and but there was a feeling there, and I don't see that feeling in when people try to replicate that. It's like, okay, you're telling me there's a, that you're going to this land of this and you're doing this music that sounds like it would be in a movie, but it's not there,
No, and it's no disrespect to any of those guys who does that. No. Not at all. It's just for NorthTale is like, and it's very, very important to like Bill says, like shape your reality. We got one song that's about bullying because I was bullied as a kid, and this is my way to tell that story. We got another song about a cult that one of the members was in.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I believe when you, especially as a singer, because I am my instrument. I can't blame anything if I fuck up. I can't, I do me. If I believe in what I sing, I think there's it will cut through.
It resonates because
absolutely.
it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's so important to find lyrical themes and like a message that you really are committed to and passionate about in your music. And it really brings it out when you actually touch on those in your music.
And I have to say something that again is gonna about what Christian is saying. I work like outside of this band. I work with like heavier musicians. I play in a death metal band, and so I hear a lot of like more extreme metal musicians' opinions on my music and heavy metal and power metal. I'm sorry. And one of the things is what one of you guys just said. It's not real. Sometimes these people are singing things that they don't believe in. You hear the Christian's parts, it just hits you directly because he's not trying to fit words to the melody. Does that make sense?
Of course.
We do write like that. I won't lie. We do write melody first. I'll send some hum to him and be like something like that. And then he'll sit with it. But what he's saying is true. It's true. Like, you hear it and you're like, fuck, and a lot of it is really happy too. Again, most of our songs are about happy themes. And again, we didn't invent this. Our favorite bands did. It just hasn't been done since then.
Okay. I love that. I love how you were thinking, oh, the what is called power metal today isn't what I know in my heart to be what power metal is, so I'm gonna make it. Yeah,
it's exactly that. I can't, I feel that there's a. Again, I work in other genres outside, and I feel that there's a how do you say? There's a slot for a band like us. And I almost like when I listen to other bands, I'm like, it's cool, but this. It's cool, but this.
It's cool, so but you want something very specific.
Yeah. And I feel that we were able to, the five of us, somehow conquer that.
That's so great.
Yeah.
So you mentioned a little bit about your approach to like composing these songs. You compose melody first. Like, what do you mean by that?
Well, it depends. It really depends.
I am all about the melodies.
Yes, but some songs come with the chorus first. What I mean? The literally just the vocal melody of the chorus, and we might not even have the guitar chords at that point. Christian will send me like a WhatsApp message singing a melody, and then
that's cool.
And then he'll send me another WhatsApp message with him playing every instrument as it should sound in his head, like to the best of his ability, like this part here. Now take that vocal melody and put here.
And then Bill plays the guitar for real. I'm no guitar player, just so you know.
That's not true, man.
But you speak the language, and that's what.
But
counts.
it's not true. He does play guitar, and I keep telling him that. You're just Swedish, because Swedish people have a problem admitting that they're good. You know,
Aw.
so it's true.
So
they all do.
humble.
Yeah, so I tell him, dude, you're really like, I know guitar players that don't play as well as you do, you know, but he doesn't think he plays. Okay, whatever, I'll take it, you know.
I actually have a great example for this. How the
Yes!
songwriting.
I know what you're gonna say.
you know Paul McCartney.
Of course.
You all know him. Of
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yesterday was the song.
Yesterday.
Beautiful song.
Yeah, he dreamt that song. He woke up in the morning and was like, yeah, he wrote it down and it became a massive hit and all is perfect. That's a very romantic story and it's true. In NorthTale,
You guys
Bill-
can barely keep it together.
no, but Bill
No, because
wrote the-
it probably won't even be as funny like that, but okay.
No, I want to know. I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill wrote the music for a song. And he said, dude, we need to do something with this. We need to have this. And I was like, I can't come up with anything. And I tried and I tried and I tried, but I couldn't come up with shit. And then late at night, I was taking a dump.
I was
Wow.
wondering if that's where it was gonna go. I had a feeling
Is this
it was
really
exactly
appearing
my
now?
idea.
Wow.
And then I was scrolling a social media platform. I won't say the name. And then the whole fucking song just slammed my head with the melodies, with the lyrics, with everything else except for the music. So I was like, put all the melodies, choirs, lyrics on that music. And I sent it to Bill. And that was our song.
That's amazing.
Perfect.
I can't
No.
wait to find out which song on the
No,
album.
there's
that is.
kind of a punchline to this though. I'm like, dude, that's fucking amazing. How'd you come up with that? He's like, I was taking a dump and came up with it. That's literally
Yeah.
his stats back. I'm like, that's awesome. Fuck yeah.
It's not so
Yeah.
romantic, but it's the way of NorthTale.
Taking the dump is a very intimate and personal time. It's
I know.
when it's just you and your thoughts and your dump.
Yes.
Well,
So this makes a lot of sense.
Maybe you
Yeah.
can just imagine
Sure.
what the song is all about. Maybe
Oh.
it's not it's in major, but
It's
may
about
not be.
it's about great struggles in your life, right?
Struggles. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Struggles.
Titanic struggles.
Titanic. We'll be on the lookout when the album comes out, which track
Yeah.
that is.
And also
Yeah.
for another song, we had up till pre-chorus, and then I was going to bed, and I was about to fall asleep, and then I started to dream, and then actually I dreamt the chorus, and I had to go up again and write it down.
So you are Paul
So we ha-
McCartney.
That's not as good as a story though.
But
yeah,
the
we
dumb
argue
story is
quite
better.
a bit sometimes. I'm like, we're Paul McCartney and John Lennon. But I don't like saying that because people that compare themselves to them always get fucked.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
knock
those
on
are
wood.
giants.
Yeah.
We're just kids who digs power metal.
Yeah.
Old
We
kids.
wrote I told them at the end of the day, I really don't give a fuck if people buy this album. We wrote the album we wanted to hear.
Yeah.
I listened to it a lot. You know, I've been in I think 15 albums before. I don't listen to most of them. I hate most of them. I listen to the demos like every day. I go to the gym and listen to the whole thing. I'm like, damn, dude, how did we do this over fucking WhatsApp? You know?
That's
Maybe
really
we shouldn't
awesome.
hype it too much.
Yeah.
I mean,
we have
you're
high
so
expectations.
Swedish.
We're also fans of 90s style power metal, and we're also like, I don't know, personally, I was like, one of my very first power metal bands was Dragon Force, but I also was exposed to Tolkien Stratovarius very early on. So that sound is actually like something that has been kind of not so
I
popular
read a-
now.
I read a book a few years ago that said that the music you listen to, specifically at age 14, is what stays with you your whole life. And it's hilarious because on my
Aw.
14th birthday is where
14.
I got as presents Episode, Keeper 2, and Land of the Free. And
That's
those were the
amazing.
only 3 albums that were playing on that party, you know. So I basically since I'm 14, I've been trying to do the same fucking album. You know, it's probably true. That's why. Not. I mean, I didn't mean to hype it up. I just meant to say it's an album that I
No,
do,
you're just-
that I love. I love.
I
it.
love
don't
that you
care.
guys are excited about this.
Yeah,
I
it's
am.
really great that people are this excited about something.
Yeah.
And I feel I need to add something to that golden age time period.
Yeah.
But I believe that the golden age isn't a number; it is the nerve.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The nerve.
If you listen to Keeper, and especially Savage, you know that song.
Dude, that's a killer song that I always forget about because it was a bonus track. That's
Yeah,
an amazing song.
And you listen to those albums, and you listen to Land of the Free, or you listen to Stradivarius, or whatever. You can drop like, oh, this was in the golden age, the golden nerve. I believe it doesn't matter what year it is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is true because the Keepers aren't even from the golden age if you really think about it.
They're like 87,
87 and
88.
88. 87 and
Yeah.
88. Yep.
Man, I was busy being born and stuff.
Yeah, I was not
Yeah.
alive yet.
Yeah.
You were the negative.
Negative a
Something.
bunch. -6,
How old are you
-7.
guys?
Yeah.
Me and Kyle are 24 and 23.
Yeah, I'm 23.
I'm 30.
Wow. So I mean, honestly, that's awesome. That means, you know, there's people you guys' age that listen to the music.
Not
Yeah,
many,
yeah,
but they're
absolutely.
there.
And I think it's amazing that like you as a 14 or 9-year-old were listening to like Gamma Ray and Halloween. Like I grew up not in the United States, and I was exposed to like, I think the heaviest I was exposed to was Deep Purple from my dad.
Where did you grow up?
Indonesia.
Indonesia. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Well, if there's I recently found this. Oh man, yeah. I mean, if I sit here and tell you guys about stories
Oh,
from when I
man.
was a
I
kid
know
and then what
there's
happened after,
so much
you know.
here. Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot. But
For sure.
recently I found a Stradivarius video. Right, it's a montage of their tour in my hometown in '99, and I'm on it twice as a 15-year-old kid.
So you
In
can
the
see yourself?
audience?
No, in the video.
That's fantastic.
Because my buddy was the promoter for that tour, so I got to like kind of hang around them, be at the hotel. I went to dinner with them a couple of times. That was really my first. How old was I? 14. That was the first time I even met anyone in a band. You know, like that wasn't in Brazil. That wasn't in Angra. So
That's still a big deal. You
That's a
must-
hell of an introduction to the industry.
Well, yeah. So it was a weird time because now knowing how Finnish people are, I know they were making fun of us. But I am on this part of the video where they're coming into the hotel and I'm standing on the side, and I was like, damn, dude, I've been following this shit for quite a while. That's 1999, you know. But yeah, I mean, it just feels, man. It just feels that. Am I starting to sound old saying this? Fuck.
No,
I just
no.
realized.
This is interesting. No,
it's like those guys that say, "Yeah, man, the newer bands
Back
don't have
in
any
the
heart."
day.
Yeah, back in my days.
No, we argue about that all the time with people.
Yeah.
We're in this exact same boat.
I think us like we're like we're I feel like we're like middle age in terms of power metal fans, because there's a lot of kids
We're like
who
old and
were
jaded.
exposed to who are exposed to more of like the mid tempo like synth heavy arena rock style, and they're like, we know that as power metal, and we're like, but
You know,
that's not what we knew.
You know, I know exactly what you're talking about, and
Yeah.
I don't really know why that was. Honestly, I think that the reason that those bands fall into the power metal genre now is because there really is no power metal. There is no other. You know, that's what I've been trying to say. That there's a gap that I think that we fit into.
Okay, cool.
Although I have to say, the new Beast in Black record is one of the best productions I've heard.
Oh
in
my
a
God,
long
we
time.
love.
It's really
Yeah,
good.
but,
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not really. It's not power metal.
But I wouldn't
we
call it
like
power metal, like,
yeah.
but then again, I mean, does it really matter what power metal is? I mean, I hear a lot of discussion about Avenged Sevenfold having power metal influences. I mean, they have a song called Carry On. That song is Save Us by Halloween. Through and through. They listened to Save Us and they wrote Carry On. And it's called Carry On too, to make it funnier. So I mean, they're not a power metal band, but that is a power metal song through and through, whereas other bands that call themselves power metal are writing songs that are not power metal.
But if you just think of power metal, like the original power metal, it's like, oh, it should contain double bass kicks and blah blah blah. No, doesn't have to contain that. If you listen to what?
Although we do.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I mean, you can play slow songs, you can play fast songs, you can play in between. If you listen to Rise and Fall,
yeah, man,
is that power metal? If you label, I do believe like power metal was labeled when Rhapsody came with their symphonic power metal, and that.
I think Rhapsody just had such a large influence on.
The funny thing about that term, in my opinion, is this: when I lived in Brazil, because keep in mind I moved to America in 2004. Okay, so up to then, I called this music, or the music that I'm describing to you guys that I like. I used to call that, when we did in Brazil, everyone, something called melodic heavy metal, right? So to this day, if you go to Brazil, we call it metal melódico, which means melodic metal. When I was trying to move to the States back in the day, my parents, they were telling me, I mean, you're not going to go and just be a bum. You got to find a band. You got to do something, find something to do that warrants you move across the world, So I was like, whoa, man, I wish I could find a melodic metal band in the US. So I start on MySpace at the time, melodic metal. And all that would come up were bands that sound like what we call metalcore.
Whoa.
But why? But you know what? Being in that genre, I understand why they call it melodic, because it's not just, open string riff, open string blast beat scream. They also have the guitar playing melodies. So that warrants it being called melodic. Genres are funny because, we're a melodic metal band. We sound like Arch Enemy. Well, to me, if you're a melodic metal band, you sound like Angra. So
yeah, I think melodic metal is like something that people haven't really like agreed on what it is.
But growing up, that's what we called it in Brazil. But then I came to America and I saw that power metal thing, and I was like, what the fuck is power metal? But this band that was in Cellador, they called themselves power metal, and I was like, so this is power metal? Then I mean, okay, then I guess melodic metal is power metal.
Power metal.
Yeah. Okay.
It's okay. Nobody knows what genre is anyway, and it seems like you guys are really working to create something like not based off of a name, but off of like a sound that you really believe in.
That's really melodic, that it gets annoyingly stuck into your head.
For sure.
that like every single one of our songs, we made sure that happens. If you're not done recording and it's stuck in your head, the song sucks. So
is that how it works?
You mentioned Cellador, and I'd like to talk to you guys briefly about, you have a very impressive musical resume. You've worked with John Oliva and the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, with U.D.O, Cellador, your drummer with Yngwie Malmsteen, and Christian was with Twilight Force. How did all of this impressive musical background shape NorthTale? I think Wikipedia already has you guys listed as a supergroup, which is flattering.
Supergroup had -1 albums.
-1 album and one pre-production song release.
One song.
Thank you. Yeah.
Who wrote that article?
Ooh. Dude, I didn't. I did not. And the day I saw it, I sent it to them all on WhatsApp. I'm like, I guess we're a supergroup now, guys.
Congrats.
Yeah. But I have to say that it has definitely definitely shaped a lot of our music because I had to learn all that shit, like I can give you specific examples of times where I was writing music with Christian where we're stuck. And then I thought about, say, an Accept song that I just played on this last tour, where the same thing happens. What did they do then? Oh, how they do the intro in a different key here. Well, let's do the same. Oh, shit, it sounds awesome, one of the songs was actually written for what was going to be the second Cellador record. Although with fucking Christian singing, it became a whole different monster. That's my favorite song. And yeah, dude, well, anyway, but yeah, I mean, you got to think every time we work with a different band, we have to learn 20 songs, So, Christian knows 20. Well, he knows every Twilight Force song, I guess, because he was in the band. But I had to learn quite a bit of material, and that shapes your musicality for sure. A lot of it comes from it.
So we want to ask Christian a few questions about. We saw you on a YouTube video from a game show called The Voice in 2012. Can you tell us about that experience?
What do you want to know?
Okay, so was this pre-Twilight Force, and were you already like singing in bands when you auditioned for this? And like, how accepted is it to sing heavy metal on like a mainstream TV show?
Back in 2012, I had done some, because I used to sing a lot with Sabaton as well. That's not
You did live backing vocals, right, with them?
Yeah, and I sing on 4 albums, and we toured together, and and then I had different bands trying to do something good, and then it all went into the drain, and then I moved to LA, and then I moved back to Sweden, and then the program called me. I was like, "Hey, do you want to be in this TV program?" I was like, "No."
They invited you?
Yeah, they did.
Wow.
And they were like, "Yeah, but it's nothing like it's nothing like no other game show or music, blah blah blah. It's better." I was like, "Okay." So I tried, and I was outvoted right on time, because after that, if I would have moved forward, I would have been forced to sign a contract that was not in favor for me. But how accepted it is, you can. Why if you like good music, why shouldn't you spread that? It's like I was like that before when I was 21. It's like, no, it's not true. I would never do that. Fuck that. But why? We're supposed to be a unit and take over the world, stand against them, not be like when someone stands on the barrier and like screaming. It's like your friends are like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing? You're going mainstream. You sell your soul." No, I'm trying to. Come on, it's like, to me, it's stupid. I mean, heavy metal and hard rock is the best music in the world. Why not make the world know about it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I watched this thing on Netflix recently. Do you guys have Netflix? Maybe.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's like a North America thing, but it was like DJs are rock stars and rappers are rock stars. The only ones who aren't rock stars are rock stars.
Exactly.
And that's what it was in the 2000s, at least like in the MTV crowd, or was MTV around? I don't remember.
Oh, I mean, that's still the case, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is so dumb. And we are like in the metal scene, it's like you got to be so true that you're untrue.
You gotta be
like,
so true.
Exactly.
You're fucking Judas. It's like, do you believe in metal? No, I don't. and you deny 3 times, and what happens? Yeah, you.
Yeah, man.
That was
There's
from
way
the
too much
Bible.
of it.
Sorry.
That's okay.
No, but to me that's. And I used to think like that as well. So, but then it's just maybe I'm old.
It's okay. I think
See how
maybe
many times that's
all
come up
old.
today, man. We're
Oh
fucked.
wow, it's okay. We think that everything. Like maybe we're old school. Our understanding of power metal is a little different from those kids
Those kids
who are like the
today.
same age as us.
Yeah. Well,
We're all at heart.
yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean,
Yeah.
metal is a thing that was really popular before all of us, you know.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like all of us
absolutely.
came too late to the metal party anyway.
Maybe except Bill.
Maybe
but-
maybe the metal party will start back up again soon.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe. Well,
but
we
see,
just
no.
gotta start up another metal party. That's all.
That's what we're trying to do. That's what we're here
Yes.
for, man.
Yes. Okay, so I have a question about Sabaton Open Air. You are confirmed for this festival this year or next year?
This year.
This year.
This year.
It's your guys'
okay.
debut, like debut, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Before the album.
World premiere. Maybe, maybe not. Won't tell you.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Ooh.
secret. Okay, I think
Secret.
we've unlocked something juicy. Were you able to be booked for this festival because of your friendship with Sabaton?
No.
No, it was the bass player's photos.
Really? Oh, okay.
No, but I mean, I've known Sabaton and Sabaton Open Air. It's my hometown. I've known them all my life,
Yeah.
and they are smart, and they're very much into business.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sure they are.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they would never book us and pay a lot of money just because, hey guys, come on and play. Bring the guys from
Hey,
all over the
friends.
world. No way. So I can certainly say no to that. They booked us because they heard us and they believed in us.
We did go through the entire process like every band would.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome you guys had your birth at Sabaton Open Air, and then we'll have a debut show there.
There's
Dude.
something very special about Sabaton Open Air. Clearly.
And they're gonna play a song called "Shape Your Reality."
We can
Yeah.
confirm that
Yeah.
song right here.
Yes.
Are you
Right
guys
here.
coming?
I would love to. We're a little bit far from
A little far.
Sweden.
Maybe one of these
Just a
days.
little.
Whatever. There's 3 of us flying from the States. Come on. We'll
One of
just
these
do a
days.
big
That's
party.
true.
You know,
One of
if
these
you
days
guys
we'll con someone and giving us like press passes or something, and then we'll go.
If you come, we'll arrange that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. We'll let you know if one of us or all of us make it to Sweden. That would be
weren't you-
amazing.
Weren't you guys at Prague Power? I think
We
I saw a
were.
tour.
Yeah, we probably
Yeah.
ran by you. We're gonna be there again this year too.
Oh, that's cool.
This year's
Yeah.
lineup is fucking nuts.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
we're very excited about this year's.
Oh yeah, man. That is the
Yeah.
one festival we have. So you guys should go every year.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
At least until 25, because that's gonna be like even nutsoer apparently.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Milton, Glenn, and Nathan. I didn't forget.
Oh, I hope they listen to this podcast because that
Oh,
would be
they will.
amazing. We love you.
Oh, they will.
We
They
love
will.
your festival.
Milton is
And-
listening to it right now. Swabisha.
And we want you to book NorthTale so we can see them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you guys
Please.
play Prague Power, I'm so there.
We'll be there.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, man.
let's
You
Let's
haven't
get
even
back-
heard. You've heard one song.
We heard one
It was a
song.
good
but
song,
you
yeah.
guys-
Shut
but
up.
you guys
Just play the one
hyped
song
the
over and
hell-
over again.
That's how
You guys
that's how
hyped the
we're
hell up the
scamming
album.
everyone.
You were selling us on it so hard. You're like, oh, you're gonna get back to 90s power metal, like the stuff that you guys first heard. old school Halloween.
You're like
Yes.
wow, we're excited.
you're like making us fall in love with you without even knowing what we like.
We don't even know what your album is.
Like you didn't even
What
know
if
that we
we
like that
suck
stuff.
now?
What if you suck? I'm gonna be like crying in my sleep.
We're
if you suck.
gonna record a special episode saying how betrayed we are
Like,
if you guys suck.
we were so excited, but now
We'll
we
have all
suck.
kinds of like roasts on websites. Fuck these guys.
And my dreams have all been crushed, and power metal is dead, and I don't
That's
know what to
awesome.
do.
We'll come up with a super clickbait title too.
Yeah, power metal is dead, and I don't know what to do with my life.
Exactly.
NorthTale promised
That's
to
the
revive
title.
power metal and failed. Find out
Yeah.
more.
Well, I actually wrote something like that on MySpace when I was like 20.
Oh my god!
Like at the Cellador times. Well, because they put us on tour with. Well, I'll say it. I don't have a problem. They put us on tour with All That Remains. And
Oh.
all of the
That's
bands on the
weird.
bill,
Okay.
except for us, were like them. So every night the crowd would fucking hate us.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
a
weird.
really
Why would they do
that's
that?
a weird fucking
Well,
set.
no, it was no. To be honest, that was Metal Blade Records, and it was a good strategy because at the same time we came out, Dragon Force was taking over basically the
Yeah.
states, and they wanted to make an American answer for Dragon Force, and the reason,
Oh yeah,
the reason
Cellador is basically Dragon Force.
only not as good. But we basically the reason that the Dragon Force was able to pull that off was because they started touring with the heavier bands instead of just touring with power metal bands. So Metal Blade tried to copy that, and the plan was good. We were a bunch of idiots. That's all what it was, you know. So we weren't ready for the big time, so to speak. Our first tour was with Bullet for My Valentine. Then we did Trivium, All That Remains. We turned down a fucking tour with Behemoth, I think.
Damn,
Or something like that, yeah.
that
And
would have been
then-
crazy.
And then,
I love
dude,
Behemoth.
what we had lined up before the band broke up was sick. But I mean, we just weren't ready for it. But that All That Remains tour in particular was so crushing, man. Because I would see all these kids freaking out on these metalcore bands, and we'd come up and play our shit, and people would be like, "What the fuck are you doing? What is that singer doing? Cock rock?" You know, like that was the kind of reaction that we would get every night. So I wrote something like that, super poetic too on MySpace. Power metal is dead and emo kids
Aw.
killed it, or something like that. I don't remember what. I was an idiot. I was a
Nice.
fucking idiot, man.
I mean, this is. I think that's the kind. At the time, maybe that definitely was the kind. Like, I think people didn't know that metal with clean vocals was a thing.
You
Like,
know
all-
what?
yeah.
I don't think a
You
lot
know
of
what?
people
I'm
still
glad-
know is the
Hey
thing.
Stella, I'm glad that you said that because that was a big thing for me when I moved to America.
Yeah.
Everybody was showing me these bands that I had never
Yeah.
heard of. You know,
Yeah, they're like,
Killswitch
this is metal.
Engage.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah, and I remember being like, well, that sounds more like hardcore to me, but so this is what you call metal. And
Yeah.
then they showed me something I won't remember right now, but one of those scream in the verse, sing in the chorus bands. And
Yeah,
then they're
yeah,
like,
oh.
yeah, see, right here's the melodic vocals. I'm like, wait, how is that melodic? He's singing one note. It's not very melodic. It's just not screaming.
Yeah, there was a phase in the 2000s. It's like the post
Yeah, that's
hardcore
mid-2000s.
era.
Yeah, that's what I'm
it's
talking- that's-
post hardcore.
That's when I arrived in America.
Yeah, it got lumped with metal a lot, but I think it was more hardcore influence.
But to this day, it is like I always tell this story on every interview. I moved. My first place I lived here was Nebraska, and I befriended this
What?
kid
Okay.
now I know a metalcore band, you know, and he had on
Yeah.
his strap this thing that said "New Metal died and I killed it." And then he played me, but then he played me the first Killswitch Engage record, and it starts with the dissonant. It's like Korn, and I'm listening to
Yeah.
it. And I'm like, wait, how did you kill new metal if you're playing me new metal right now? He's like, that's not new metal, dude. That's metal. I'm like, no. Metal is like Iron Maiden, Halloween.
yeah,
That's metal. That's like new metal. That's like this would play a tour with Korn or Disturbed or something like that. No, that's new metal. I'm like, okay, I guess I don't understand
Okay.
genres. I'm too old. You know,
I
I'm
guess I
like-
don't know what metal is. I'm gonna back away now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's a
But
funny story.
again, you know, I mean, genres are fucking stupid because at the end of
They're
the
just
day,
a
I do
name.
listen to everything, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, but when they try to lump that particular band Cellador with metalcore, it did not work.
It's too different. It was too different.
Yeah.
One of my biggest heroes is Richie Valens.
Fuck yeah, dude! I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Speaking of genres, and
Yeah.
you guys don't know who he was, but
Don't you?
Remind me.
La Bamba, come on,
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I like screamed into the mic.
Have you not seen the movie?
I guess not.
I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah, it is.
We have
Oh, you
that.
guys have that
We have
for sure.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Yes, we have Netflix.
So getting back to NorthTale, we also heard that there was a contest to choose the name
Yeah.
NorthTale. Obviously, we ended with NorthTale, but what were some of the other top picks? Did you guys have any like super raunchy names that made it through the contest? Anything
Super
fun?
raunchy.
Why NorthTale?
We received like 1,500 potential names.
My
Were they
God.
all good?
They were potential names, and then we
That was
received like
after the first filtering.
that. There was I think it was 2,000, like 500, like okay, shitty banana, and stuff like that. Power asshole or something.
Nice. That's a good name.
Oh.
Yeah, but 1,500 potential names. I'm not saying they're good or bad, but we took some weeks and decided our favorites, and then we did another vote, and the guy who won was Marin Simonov.
Marin
sorry.
Semenovich. Sounds like what you're
Yeah.
going for.
Something like that. Yeah.
I listen to a lot
Simonov.
of Russian music. So I learned the alphabet. I know the sounds right now. That's about all I know.
I'm sorry, Marin, if you listen to this.
Marion, you named the band, bro. We
Yeah.
don't forget
Good
that
job.
shit. But
Thank
yeah,
you, person.
as for some of the others, what was the one that we had before, Christian? Because that girl, I even talked to her. Okay, so before NorthTale, we had Northern Symphony. That
Northern
was-
Symphony.
That
Okay.
was I think the best vote that we had.
Yeah, we also had Venandi.
Venandi. That's true. That was a
Okay.
good one too. Can't remember everything. I don't know, but like North. There was one that was really good, but someone had already taken.
Oh, that's the
And then-
worst.
Just
yeah.
add a fire to it. It's okay.
No, but at the end,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it was a contest, and we made people vote, pick the best out of 10.
Okay. So North
yeah.
Tail's fan chosen.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Awesome. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I guess we went around not being able to pick a band name like that. Pretty good.
Okay.
I guess.
No.
I love that you have like a fan chosen like band name at -1 albums
and at that point, not even a single.
and
Yeah.
not even a single.
You guys had a
This
lot of
is, like-
fans for not having any music.
Yeah.
No, we do. We
That's-
have 13 songs.
Well, we want to know when we'd be able to hear your album.
Those-
Do you have like a month? Or
Yeah, when do we hear
Stay
those 13
tuned.
songs?
any
Soon.
juicy deets?
Give us some of
Yeah.
those powerful exclusives, right?
We do have a release date. I don't know that we can say yet,
Okay,
but
that's
it is. We have one.
Can you say if it's
Okay.
this year or not?
It is this year.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting. All right. Look out for North Tail's debut album, full length, this year.
And as revealed earlier in the show, it may or may not be out by Sabaton Open Air.
That is
See,
an
you guys are
unhelpful
starting. You guys are
fact.
Summer
starting
release.
to put it together.
Okay.
Larry Biscuit's
We'll unveil
impromptu
this mystery.
fake news corner. I'm calling July.
Let me put it like this. Do you guys think we're gonna play one song at Sabaton Open Air?
You might.
Oh my god.
That's a bold
4, 5,
choice.
8
Smart.
times.
choice.
That sounds like a plan.
Wow. This okay. I think I get it now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're full of secrets. We're that cool.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys are really like selling us on this right now.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we're doing a good job. I hope your listeners are going for it, not being
See-
like,
Oh my
okay,
God.
what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
One of our favorite things to do is wildly speculate. So
You okay?
So this
Yeah,
is-
That's
this is
your
good.
favorite thing to do.
yeah, and then you guys get on the train and it's a good time.
Hell yeah, man.
Maybe.
Like that Sabaton album that's definitely coming out. War of the
Wait, what's the
Wars.
speculation?
No, he just made
Oh my
something up.
god.
Let me pull up the calendar.
No, don't tell him.
You have it on the
please.
calendar?
Yeah, dude, it's
they
on the
actually
calendar.
know Sabaton. I mean, they could ask.
This is our
Oh my God,
crazy
what if
But we're not going to. I
Sabaton
promise.
speculation. Sabaton War of the Wars comes out in September.
September. Why do you think September?
Mhm.
I don't remember. It rolled off
You
the
just,
tongue.
you just bullshitted a date and then you've
just
been rolling
picked
with it
a
ever
random
since.
month.
Yeah.
You
September
want to come
feels
up
like
with
a
a
good
date
month.
for NorthTale then?
July-
how about- are we taking bets?
July Friday release. July 19th.
July 19th.
Yep.
July 19th. All
That's
right.
right in the
Okay.
middle of the
Maybe.
month.
Who
All
knows?
right.
That's probably
Okay, we'll
not
see.
a great release date, actually. That's right in the middle of the month. But
It's probably in
Whatever.
the middle of the week. Everyone's at work.
no, it's a Friday.
No, it has to be on a Friday.
It's a Friday.
So that only gives you 4 options a month.
Oh. Wait, did you just confirm July?
I didn't.
Okay,
did
I
not.
said
okay,
it
we don't
gives you
want to.
4 options every month.
Oh,
He confirmed a
everyone.
Friday.
That's 4 Fridays.
I
But
mean,
we
you could
already
do a
knew that.
Wednesday release. Some people are crazy
We
and do
don't. We
those.
don't want to get you in trouble or anything. So
I didn't
think
say anything. I just said there's 4
You didn't
Fridays
say
every
anything.
week.
Okay.
every week.
All right.
Every month.
I think I'm done with all my questions for you guys. Do Biscuit and Kyle have any more questions?
So you
Yeah,
said
I-
you don't. You said you don't want to get in trouble. Does that mean you have to like report to someone, maybe a record label?
We do, actually. We report
Yes.
to a record label. And I guess we are at liberty of say it here. Although, as of today, March 17th, it hasn't been announced yet. So, I mean,
Oh, okay.
you know,
but this
by the
episode will
time-
be out on April 1. Will be announced by then.
I'm hoping so because I got the okay to say it.
Okay.
We have signed a worldwide record deal with Nuclear Blast Records.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh my
nice.
God! Congratulations.
Thank
Out of
you.
Great.
big nuclear
And-
blast money.
Oh,
That
that's
nuclear
really
blast money, you guys
exciting.
get some dope music videos then. That's what I'm hearing.
Ba-boom.
Oh, bitches and boats.
How
you
many?
have no idea.
Wait, how many fans do you guys think you're gonna have for Christian to sing into, to blow his hair back?
What-
Ooh.
Well, that's a
what?
big part of the budget.
Like
Oh,
at
like
least
the
2,
fan
right?
budget.
Maybe a snow machine because it's not snowing anymore.
It is here.
Oh, perfect! You don't even need a snow
Yeah.
machine.
No, I just record right now, actually. Hey,
Just go outside.
Wait with that. Yeah, no,
Just go outside and you have the metal rock star effect with the hair.
Well, when you're already in Sweden, I'm sure the forest is right there.
yeah,
You go out deep into the forest, record your video, and
you're
come
living
back.
the life.
Yeah, I'm putting on
Yeah.
my corpse paint right now.
Perfect.
All right. Okay. While Christian puts on his corpse paint, I just want to say thank you to both of you, Bill and Christian, for
Thank you.
having us on the show. This has been a lot of fun.
No, having you guys on this show?
yeah.
Yeah.
This is the
This is the
North
North
Yeah,
Tail
we're
Show.
thanking
podcast
you.
featuring
Yeah.
Powerful.
The North
Oh,
Tail.
yeah.
Dude, Christian,
Oh,
we need to do that.
North Tail
Let's do a
podcast
North Tail
featuring
podcast.
powerful power metal podcast.
We'll subscribe to you if you do a North Tail podcast. It sounds
Yeah.
like you guys have a ton of like weird stories and stuff. I'd be. You
Oh,
can
man.
accompany me on my long commute to work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would
Yeah.
be great.
Hey, guys, thank you so much for this. This has really been a pleasure for us.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been
likewise, guys.
for sure, and we really enjoyed having you guys on. Before we end it, can we ask all of our guests to ask our listeners to stay powerful? So can you guys individually or together, you guys decide, tell our visitors to stay powerful, if you could.
Do you want 2 separate ones or one with both of us?
Either or both, your
Or
choice.
if Christian wants to sing it, that'd be pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you do one yourself and I'll do one myself.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna do one as Ric Flair.
But
This is Christian Eriksson. Ooh, I'm just gonna tell you to stay powerful. Ooh.
That's amazing.
Yay.
That was beautiful.
That's
Oh
gonna
my
go
God.
in the montage at the end of the year for sure. I might get a
Right.
feature in the
Yeah, dude.
montage.
I can't compete with that.
Just do a normal
Yeah, just do like a
one then. We
lazy
love
one
the
now.
normal ones,
It'll be
too.
like the nice dichotomy.
Hey, this is Bill Hudson from NorthTale, and you're listening to the Powerful Podcast. Stay powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay
That's
powerful,
the
guys.
best I can do.
All right.
Sorry.
That's
You
beautiful.
guys
Oh,
too.
good.
Thank you very much, man.
Thanks
That
so much
was
for coming on.
awesome.
This was a fun time.
That was
This was
amazing.
very fun. Thank you,
Okay,
guys.
you guys have a great Sunday, man.
Okay,
Have a-
so we're
take
gonna
care.
hit stop.